By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Record. Watch twist. Let's go.
On first down, Bellamy. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Bellamy. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Let's go, defense. Hey, Haywood. Look at me. Zipper. You're not ready. Go.
From the gun, Costello. Open man there. That's Bellamy. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Here we go.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On first down, Costello. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get 34 yards there.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Boston Scott, his first carry. He's got the first down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Boston Scott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Get it.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Watch twist. Watch twist on travel.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Set up. 18 Gator. 54. Twist. Makes 3. 218. Chopper. 5.
On first and 10, Patterson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
A gain of 15. First down, Dallas.
Ready.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. A first down carry by Elliott. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
15 line. 15 line. 54.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Hey, switch gear. 80 weapon.
On second down, Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Pull it high. Go, go. Snap.
On third down, Patterson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing on first down, Costello. He finds Corey Davis. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, Bellamy.
The ball carried by number 39. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Down. And no go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Now. Hey, orbit.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Ready?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we go. 70, Indy. Get it.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. He's crashing.
61, matchbox lights.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
18, Gator.
Here we go. No.
Protein spill. 5.
On 3rd and 2, Patterson. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Costello looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Switch. Check. Lucky. 22-jet bomber. Hey, Charlie.
2nd and 9 now. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 15 line.
On 1st down, it's Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Back to throw. Patterson. Cooper's got it. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Dallas.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Cooper again the target, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Recon, 152 fighter. Mike. Check. Watch 54.
10th carry now for Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Check. Fresno. General West.
Looking to throw. Patterson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will take This one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
X3, 218, chopper.
54. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
They'll run with Elliott. And an alley to run. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
We ain't giving them nothing, Jack.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Weapon.
54, right there. 54 Mike. Here we go.
Get down.
To throw on second down. Patterson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
On the ready.
They tried to throw on second down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Pull it high. Rock it. Let's go.
Back to throw. Patterson. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check it out, Reed.
Pilot, 64, Reed.
54. Pick it up. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Elliott. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Titans' 9-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Kill.
61, matchbox lights. They go.
Looking to throw. Patterson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Marr is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw on second down. Patterson looking for Cooper. That's complete. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, woman.
Get.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Jackson to return. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hey, high 7. 2.
Back to throw. Costello. Steps, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter.
Rock it.
To throw on second down, Costello. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
The They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Check 43. Recon, 132 fighter.
Looking to throw. Patterson. It's caught. Cooper. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
General West.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Here we go.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
You like to get down to me. Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Greystone travel. Ready?
Again, it's Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready? X3. 218. Chop. Get it.
On 3rd and 2, Patterson. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Elliott running right. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Come on, D.
On 3rd down, Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. His 9th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings him within a point now. It's 14-13. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello got a man. It's Brown. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And he's going to get this all the way down in.
It is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Harold Landry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
6-6, pull it high. 5.
They go to Elliott again. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs.
And they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight, the guy who is on his toes and doing the punching, that's the guy who's winning. And that's the way they're going at it defensively now. Much more aggressive in their calls, much more aggressive in their pursuit.
On 2nd down, it's Scott. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Got it.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They go again with Scott. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey! Hey, exit.
50, Mike, 50.
Let's go.
On 4th down, Costello. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
On the ready.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And some space here. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a 1-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. And he will get into the end zone. It's 2 points and also a 2-score advantage as the lead swells to 9. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect